Henriques makes his way out. The captain, he's got a big innings ahead of him here. Used his feet beautifully there, Henriques, and just strikes a blow. So it's now 12 to win from 6 balls.
What a shot from Moises Henriques. That's a big boundary out there. He's got all of it.
3 to win, 2 balls, hits the gap. The dive is successful. 1 run to win off 1 ball. Henriques, the first commandment for Moses was to get bat on ball, and well may they celebrate.
Come at the man, come at the hour. Sixers captain has been outstanding.
Captain, my captain, another great knock leading the Sydney Sixers last year. He's back with the men in magenta once more, and he joins us right now. Moises Henriques. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Been looking forward to talking to you. First things first, obviously. Have you called Davey? Have you gone through some notes about his commentary and how he's travelling?
No, I haven't yet. He's going to be a very busy man over the summer, I reckon. But I think he'll be a little bit more relaxed this summer around.
Yeah. Big Bash coming around again. We saw what the Sydney Sixers do. They're always there or thereabouts. How are you feeling for this season?
Yeah, equally as confident as we have been in the last few years. We've sort of, I think after some really strong sort of league performances, just come up short in the finals the last couple of years, but hopefully this year we'll take some learnings and go one better than last season.
You've had a lot of success, the Sixers. What key components on and off the field make you guys so successful, considering that you always have so many of your international players out?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one to sort of, I guess, single out, but I look at some of our sort of list makeup, and I look at guys like Jordan Silk and Sean Abbott, Ben Dwarshuis, these types of guys who they just add value the whole way around a game of cricket. You know, in the field, if Sean's not bowling, he's saving runs for the other bowlers, and it's the same as Benny. Silky, when he's not batting, he's out there saving. You know, they're just constant value adders in all 3 sort of, I guess, components of the game. And I feel like we've got a lot of those guys in our 11, and even who aren't in our 11, who make up the rest of the squad. We've got people ready to come in and sort of perform those sort of roles, and do things that maybe some other players wouldn't do when they're not performing their actual primary skill, if that makes sense. And I think Scorchers to there, I feel like they sort of, they really started that, with guys like Ashton Turner, who, they hustle in between wickets. And obviously, at the next level, obviously Davey and Steve, they've done that for a long time. But I feel like our team, and probably the Scorchers as well, have a lot of players who do those simple things well.
Yeah.
Incredibly, it's been 20 years since you joined the New South Wales squad as a 17-year-old. And I'm wondering, what would be a memory of that of your first year, even just getting to training?
Yeah, I was actually thinking of this the other day. It's funny you mentioned that, because Stuart Clark used to pick me up from...
You and Uzi.
Yeah, there you go. Jesus. Stuart Clark used to pick me up from training at Brighton Les Sands. I used to have to find my way to get there, and he'd continue on and take me to training. But I was just reflecting the other day, he was in at training, Stuart Clark, and he said, now you're me. Now you're the old bloke and you're picking us up to go to training. And I was like, geez, you never really feel like the old guy until you actually reminded that you are. Yeah.
How big an influence was Clarkie?
Yeah, he was, like huge. Obviously being able to, spend those travel trips with him. And, he was such a, I guess, prominent personality in the squad as well at that time. So to be able to be, for someone to make you feel welcome and comfortable at such a young age, it really helped me adapt into sort of, or not feel overawed at training and amongst, so many big names at that time as well.
What about taking it back even further? Now, obviously, you're born in Portugal. Your dad was a professional football player.
Yeah.
Did that game attract you as a young kid?
It did. I played it for a couple of years when I got here. But... See,
it's one we missed.
Yeah.
We missed.
Well, it wasn't anyone's fault other than probably my dad, because I think he knew so much about the game, and he was, I guess, what you'd call your typical Portuguese football father of, if I spent any time on the ground, it was yelling out from off the field. And so I thought I'd take up a sport he knew nothing about.
And you certainly did that.
And put all my eggs in that basket, and it sort of paid off. So, although I do have a memory in, like, the under-12s of, like, I got run out for 99 in a game, and at the end of the day, he's like, "Why'd you play that shot?" And I was like, "Well, this is why I played. This is why I chose cricket." Okay?
I thought your dad was going to call offside, and you're like, no, you've misread this entire situation. Moses, as Crash was talking about, you played 20 years now in top-level cricket. In that 20 years, has there ever been more of a freakish dismissal than the one that happened last year that was at, I believe, the Marsh Cup? And we've got the footage here. It's due to one of your teammates, cracked off the helmet, and then bang. It was Blake McDonald, was it? Did you talk to him afterwards and say, just duck, mate?
Yeah, look, I think I'm coming off 100 off 70 balls in the game before as well, and I was like, come on, mate, just get out of the way. It cost me 4 runs as well. That's 1 bounce, and I'm just, moving on with the innings. But no, it was pretty unfortunate that. And I think that was the young fella's first wicket in.
Was it?
As well, yeah.
Hey, Moses, you've got to tell us about the Belong Bash Fund
Yeah.
and how it helps with community cricket.
That's right, yeah. So Belong is our Sydney Sixers' new sponsor this year, and we've created this fund where they've decided they're going to donate $100 for every boundary that's been hit, not only in our BBL but the WBBL as well. So I think so far they're up to $13,000 or $14,000, and hopefully our boys can continue on, and we're in as good a form as we have been the last few years and hit plenty of boundaries this BBL, and all that money will go towards I think 3 junior clubs that they've chosen, and we'll distribute that and hopefully just make things a little bit easier for grassroots cricket.
That's brilliant. All right, just quickly, what do you think about what's happening over in Perth? This test that's about to start on Friday, with Nathan McSweeney, for example, at the top of the order.
I'm really excited to see him go. I think he's a great kid. I know New South Wales recently got a Shield win up over in South Australia, and they went over there not having to get him out. And I think that was a huge part of why we won. He's faced so many balls against New South Wales. Whilst I've been captain over the last 2 years, I've had no clue how to get him out. I'm hopeful that the Indian captain has the same, has a similar problem. But having said that, it is a big step up, and it'll be like he's playing his first professional game all over again. It's such a huge series. The adrenaline's going to be high. He's going to be nervous, and I think I saw a clip just today or yesterday where Davey was sort of asking for a bit of patience. I think that's going to be really important for Nathan as well. It's going to take him some time to feel comfortable at that level, but I definitely think he's definitely one worth investing in. Moises Henriques, I wish you could stay for longer, actually. Next time you have to come in and sit on the panel.
Well, I could leave and stay longer, I'm sure that'd be popular.
It's been so good. I'll just remind, because at the end of the season, Belong will donate $100 every boundary hit to the Belong Bash Fund in support of 3 community cricket clubs. Now, the Sixers have hit 124 boundaries so far this season. That's $12,400 for the fund. Search Belong Big Bash Fund for more info. Thank you so much for being here. All the best. See you again soon. Coming up, our Champ of the Week. Stick around.